work for you. I know this is something I struggled with at the beginning. Here's how I figured it out. Palm up, you have to have the thumb on top, the fingers are on the bottom. This is my right hand. Now, the back of the right hand and the palm of the left hand, that's the key to the butterfly spin. Think about making this connection here, this marriage. And then the thumb of the bottom hand is going to slide over until it makes contact with the staff. Now, there are going to be two ways to spin with the right hand on top. There's going to be the spin where you're turning your hand down, and there's going to be the spin where you're turning your hand up and taking it this way. They're both the butterfly spin. This is the right hand. We're going to do it right hand and left hand. You're going to see this. Again, I'm going to try to slow it, break it down. First step is palm up. The other hand is in contact, and the thumb slides over. There's the head or the antenna of the butterfly, and then there are the wings. Notice that my left hand, which is the bottom hand, is behind the staff, closest to me, and the right hand is in front of the staff, further away from me. From here, we can get that angle right. The right hand, which is the top hand, will turn all the way down, and this is the key. This is where most people get stuck. Really, I really appreciate that. Thank you for saying that, Elder. This is the key, though. I have to pull it out of the way. You have to pull that hand out of the way. So when I'm teaching in person and I'm working with my students, I see that this is what's happening. They're getting stuck here, and then it doesn't make as much sense to turn it up. And that's just because as you're coming in, this hand it's running into this hand, right? So if we start here again, back of the hand, palm flat, thumb over, and I start to turn the right hand, the top hand down, the left hand has to pull in, just out of the way, until this is turning all the way down. It can't turn any longer. That top hand is going to turn over, and the top hand now, or the bottom hand turns under to get it, top hand pulls out of the way. This is the other problem. See how that locks it? That gets stuck in the way. And when you're trying to do this fast, that's when you're dropping it, because you're running, one hand's running into the other one. A staff is running into the hand. So again, right hand, palm up, the left hand flush comes through. I turn it all the way up, pull the hand out of the way, and now I'm just going to slide this into that top hand. So it has to be out of the way, but then once it clears, that's when I roll it in. So from here, pop it back in, and then see how there's that butterfly again, how the bottom of the top hand is flush with the palm of the bottom hand. Under, and it's thumb to pinky, right? Oh, welcome, thank you. New membership, I appreciate that so much. I know I've been asked about doing the memberships here for a long time, and I never really figured it out. I didn't take the time, but I just figured it out. And I thought, oh man, don't break your wrist. I thought recently I better figure that out, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't had as much time to spend on these videos. And it's just because I'm running around. I'll cut your grass, I'll paint your house, I'll remove your trash, I'll take it to the dump. I'm hustling, struggling. The COVID kind of slowed everything down in martial arts schools. And so I thought, well, this is my passion, this is what I love to do. If you guys are my members and I can make more money being online than taking out trash, painting people's houses, I'd rather do that. So I thought, let me open the memberships up. So I appreciate you as a member. Now, from here, we're still the right hand, okay? So I'm turning it down and away from me. This is a warm-up that we do a lot. The bottom hand is under. It just rolls into the top hand there. But see, this is the key. This hand has to pull back and then pop back in. And then bottom hand has to pull back and turn under. Now, the other key is your wrists never lose contact. Wrists are always touching And once you get it going one direction, change to the other direction. This is also a butterfly spin, just moving in the other direction. But this is a butterfly spin with the right hand on top of the left. And again, there's the key. The back of one hand, the palm of the other hand in contact, thumb to thumb, and it's this crossover. That has to happen. Whether it's on the bottom, turning to the top. See the crossover? In other words, it's not here, it's here. Or I can go the other direction. Since Emmett, I've been really well, extremely busy. I just opened memberships up. I saw your comment on the membership video. Since Emmett, I really appreciate that. The memberships will allow me to spend more time doing the live videos, the pre-recorded tutorials with the slow motion. It's just a commitment to grow this channel and spend more time creating a virtual global dojo instead of scratching the dirt looking for a couple of little bugs to eat like a chicken running around, right? I know if you have a martial arts school, since that was for you, I know you guys understand what I mean. Right now, COVID times have made it very hard to be in this industry. And a lot of us are just kind of hanging on. So if we have the membership, that allows me, that gives me the time. Thank you for saying that I have the time, that you're glad I have the time. You guys make it possible by watching these videos. I'm not exactly sure yet about how you become a member from Pakistan. I know that memberships are not always open to every country at the beginning. Oh, thank you. New member, appreciate that new membership. But but I'm not sure. Maybe one of the other people can explain. Yeah, and I appreciate my Patreons too. I have a few Patreons who make this possible. You guys watching make it possible. When you go to my website, pasquinelli.com, and you surf around that site, watch those videos, that makes this possible. And it's like little drips. And I got these buckets. I'm running around trying to catch these drips, right? But that pays for the lights, and eventually it could pay for the space, but it pays for my time so that I can do these here. And I would do it anyway, honestly. I'm going to do it anyway. But I'll do it more because we're working together. Now, again, one more time, just from the beginning, this, and you can rotate as fast as you can get comfortable with. You go one way. So this is the butterfly. Now there's a skip catch, which is really, it's a deconstructed butterfly, right? If it's a butterfly, the wrists are together and the hand is touching. If it's the skip catch, then it's the same exact motion, right? Okay, I'll write down the website address. It's my last name.com, pasquinelli.com, but I'll type it out in just a second. But if you want to get more speed, so the butterfly is all about building the muscles, the strength, getting your hand used to the spin, and the more you practice it, the more speed you're going to get. But once you get that, or I should say, once you get that, if you want to speed it up, you're going to go into the skip catch, where you're doing basically the same thing in either direction or either hand on top. It's the same thing. You'll get faster. The weight of your staff will matter a little bit. The amount you practice is going to matter the most. The number of times you drop your staff is going to matter, because if you never drop your staff, you're never getting out of your comfort zone. You're never going to grow. You're not going to get faster. So don't go flying across the room. That's a good sign. That means that you're challenging yourself to grow. Let me see if I can throw that in for you real quick. No, that wasn't it. I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. I was trying to type in PASQUINILLI.com. Dropping it is the best thing that you could possibly do. Let me raise this up. Let me make you nauseous. But Really, think about it this way. If I'm going at a comfortable pace, I'm never going to go faster. You're never going to go faster if you're going at a comfortable pace. If you're going at a pace that feels ridiculous and your hands are slipping and the staff is moving the wrong place, and sometimes your whole hand doesn't get in there, the finger gets stuck. I do this all the time. And then I just dropped it. That means that you're trying something new, you're doing something that's not easy, you're pushing your muscles, your tendons, your joints, you're trying to get your hand faster, you're trying to get your brain to wrap around it and understand it better. Then, it's like anything else. When it's difficult, you'll grow the most. I'm doing Spanish now in the morning. Spanish, Korean, French. I've been doing a lot of French lately, French, German. And it's just a way to occupy my busy mind. I do that, and I solve the Rubik's Cube at the same time. So I got this busy mind, and I'm not wasting my time watching the news anymore, right? Because I can't control it, and it just makes you mad, and they lie to you all the time. I'd rather work out with you than watch the news or practice my Spanish. But my point is, on the Spanish, I'm getting to the point, let me slow it down one more time, in case you're just joining us in the butterfly spin. The key is, touch here. On the Spanish, I'm at a point where everything is really hard. And I get a lot of wrong answers, lots of wrong answers, and it's frustrating. And it's not frustrating because I'm getting the wrong answers. It's just I like to go fast, and it's making me slow down and think. But that's really good. I know this is where I'm going to grow the most. The more mistakes I make, the harder the stuff is that I do, then the faster, the more I'm going to grow. And then I just realized I'm starting to like think in Spanish. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Is it Athar? Coming over and back, over. I haven't started the Italian. Isn't that funny? My last name is an Italian name, and I haven't done Italian in a while. I studied it a long time ago with Rosetta Stone. I used to do Rosetta Stone, and I'm a big fan of Duolingo. The app is free, and I think it's just, man, it is far superior than anything I've done to learn a language. And you go at your own pace. They use all modern technology to get you there faster. This is the right hand. If you want to do the left hand, it's the same thing. The right hand's going to come on the bottom, but practice sliding across. Turn it down. The other hand is up. Yeah, Duolingo is awesome. And I do Duolingo riding, I'll show you, that bike. That's my little workout. I ride the bike vigorously, as hard and as fast as I can while I'm doing the Duolingo. Sometimes the sound of the bike, because it's an air dyno. The faster you go, the more resistance you get. But studies show that if the exercise is vigorous, complex, done in a focused way, and out of your comfort zone, 4 things: vigorous, complex, done in a focused way, out of your comfort zone, you create new neural pathways in your brain. You learn faster, you remember longer, cognitive abilities, problem solving goes up, and new stem cells in the brain are created that become thoughts, ideas, memories, all that kind of stuff. Oh, good. My son, since I am it, every morning he says, "Dad, can I practice my Irish?" So when I get done with my Spanish for an hour, from 5 o'clock to 6 a.m., then I start making breakfast and school lunches. My son takes it. He gets 10 minutes of Irish. My daughter wants to learn. She's 5. She's working on Latin. She does 10 minutes of Latin. So I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what technology is available. My daughter's birthday is in a couple weeks. I'm buying a keyboard, a musical keyboard. We're all going to learn how to play piano, all from the internet, all for free. That's why I love this. I love doing this. And what you do is you get started, and then you, like on Duolingo, I got started for free. And then at some point, I'm like, yeah, this is worth 10, 15 bucks a month. I'll pay the membership fee because that allows you to learn faster, make mistakes, and keep going. Same thing's true with the piano. I know there are all these great new websites and app. I'll download an app. But this is the future. We're breaking down the barriers between the people who have all the money and all the power and all the control, who live in the ivory towers, the universities, and they're charging $150,000 for a bachelor's degree that gets you no job. When we can learn all this stuff for a fraction, for pennies, faster, get marketable skills, get into the job market faster. Anyway, that's my vision. And that's why I keep doing this. I still get some criticism from people, other martial artists, martial arts instructors, or school owners, and they say, you're doing a disservice. You can't teach people through the internet. And I'm like, ask my thousands, I get 200 to 300 emails a month in comments from people who say, I learned this, I learned that. I'm using a broomstick. I learned the bow staff. I learned how to do basic self-defense. I learned how to use the collie sticks, whatever it is. Their arthritis is better because they're spinning through their fingers. They learned how to get their confidence back. I get those over and over and over again. So I know it works, for one. But two, the reality is there's not always a martial arts school available for most people in the world. In the West, we're just privileged. We've got so much of everything. But with all of these satellites going up, giving everybody internet access and smartphones everywhere around the world, all of a sudden the other 6 billion people, they get to do some martial arts too. So that's who we're all going to be part of, right? We're all part of this. Thank you. Well, it's because I've done over 1,000 of these videos, and you guys have made me better instructors because you asked me specifically, like this, Steve said, I'm still struggling with the butterfly spin. Can you break it down? And I said, absolutely. I work with people in person. I know what their challenges are, and I know that we're all the same. So I know how to help them learn the butterfly spin. You slow it down. You go like this. You see this first. Make sure the thumb is above it. Take this hand, slide it over, but make sure it touches. Make sure you can that's the butterfly. Make sure you can do the butterfly. Get the bottom hand out of the way. Turn the top hand under. Pop it back in. Grab it. Pull the top hand out of the way, because that's the problem that we're all having. You leave this hand here, and then you're going so fast, you don't see it, and then it's hitting your hand, and you're frustrated because you can't learn it. That's the only thing that's stopping you. Not that it's a hard move, not that you can't do it. You just need a little bit more information. That's why I'm here. So from here, right? One hand, it's this flatness here. Pull it out of the way. If you want to roll it this way, or if you want to roll it the other way. It's exactly the same thing. Absolutely, I agree. But I have clients that I work with 3 times a week through this device here. That's a Facebook portal. It follows me all over the classroom, and we work one-on-one. With the new memberships that you guys are joining, I'm going to create some workouts, some opportunities that we can get together, like a Zoom call or something, or maybe through Facebook or maybe through YouTube if they start it, where we can all work together and learn from each other, because I don't know everything. You guys know more than I know on certain things. That's what a martial arts school is really like when you're in person, where this guy comes in, his life experiences are different than hers, than his, than mine, and we all get together and we all, if we are open-minded enough, start to learn from each other. So that's the whole power. That's the power of the internet. That's the power of making the world smaller. And since Amit's in Ireland, some of you guys are in India, some of you guys are Pakistan. We can be from all over the world and realize we're all human. We have more in common than we have in difference. And that's what we're all going for anyway, right? Be more tolerant, be more loving, be more kind, be more honest. But then our silly little ignorances get in the way, or our culture gets in the way sometimes when we're going at each other culturally. But when we're all spinning a staff together, we all have that in common. So we're all more alike than we are different. And that's what martial arts is for too. Martial arts is to shrink the world, make us all realize we can live together and get along together, right? All right. Yeah, turn off the news. Turn off the news, learn the staff, right? Turn off the news, teach yourself a language. Turn off the news, learn how to play a musical instrument. That's the key. I think we all need to do that. Don't let them lie to us and trick us and get us all mad at each other for reasons that don't exist. We have more in common than we have apart, than difference, right? You guys have been awesome. I'm going to see you in just a little bit. We're going to do a couple more of these this weekend. I have to figure out what's the next weapon. So if you have an idea, especially if you're a member now, the members, please send me, hey, this is what we want to work on. I'm just going to put you in the front of the line as a thanks. If you're on my Patreon, send it to me on Patreon. And I'm going to try to do as much, but anybody send me a message. Go to pasquinelli.com, send me a message through there. And, like I said, I do it for free. I was talking to somebody the other day. He's a leadership coach for the U.S. men's soccer team. And the COVID has slowed things down even with those guys. And he's still doing his job, but they've had to slow down how they pay him or whatever. And he said, honestly, I'd do it for free. And then he said, you know what? I'd pay to be able to do it. And I feel the same way. And I said, wow, that's amazing. And he said, his name is Travis. He said, they're paying me to be Travis. And I feel like you guys with the memberships are paying me to be Matt. So I really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you.